In 1952, a series of strange lights were seen over Capitol Hill. UFOs had arrived in the political heartland of America, causing mass panic.
More news tonight. Norwegian authorities are investigating strange lights seen in the Arctic sky. The spiralling white light was seen for several minutes on Wednesday morning.
The secretary of our radio and TV station saw this phenomenon this morning, these lights in the sky, and she was really pleased when all the calls started to flood the switchboard, and then all the pictures came and we got mobile phones and videos sent to the station. So this is the talk of the day here in this part of Norway. Well, the information we got was that the most plausible things that would have happened is that this was a Russian rocket fired from a testing site near the White Sea, that something went wrong with the rocket. It either exploded, controlled from the control center, or something just burned and it was a misfiring of this rocket. One of the big Norwegian internet pages has published that the Russian Northern Fleet says no. They say niet, they haven't fired any missiles. So that's what the information is just now. The Norwegian expert says that this is possible Russian rocket, but there's no confirmation as far as we know that this is a Russian rocket.
Well, you are looking at what could be a UFO. More unexplained lights over Stephenville. Is this some military secret or a visitor from space?
Good evening. A 20-year-old man took that video last night, and it's already creating a buzz.
It is also the latest in what have been a rash of UFO sightings in rural Texas. Our Norris DeJean joins us now with more. Norris?
That's right, Jim. The first possible UFO sightings in the Stephenville area took place in January of last year. We reported on 3 sightings last year, but is it happening again? A family has reported seeing strange lights on 2 occasions near their home about 20 miles away from Stephenville. And today they showed us the video. Matt Collins showed us where he and his family saw the strange object hovering above a hill about 4 miles from their home.
I believe it's some type of craft of some sort.
Collins grabbed his camera and shot this video of the object. In video, it just looks like a bright light in the dark sky drifting slowly from side to side and up and down. All the while, it was changing colors. Does Matt think he saw a UFO?
Yes and no. I don't really believe in aliens or anything, but I do believe there's stuff out there that we can't explain.
Matt says with the naked eye, the object looked like it had mass, not just a ball of light. Also, it wasn't changing in size. That's just his camera struggling to keep the object in focus. Matt called his sister and mother so they could also witness the phenomenon. Actually, his sister had seen it first on Thursday night.
What I saw was 3 lights. There were 2 on bottom and there's 1 on top. And then the one on top disappeared, and then the other 2 disappeared.
Last night, the family watched the bright object for 15 minutes, and they weren't afraid.
No, I think we were too curious and interested. We were amazed. We were hoping it would stay around a little bit longer, get closer just so we could see it.
According to a sheriff's dispatcher, 4 other people around tiny Walnut Springs reported seeing the object this weekend. The accounts are very similar to those last year that thrust nearby Stephenville into the national spotlight. Several people produced images of those sightings. A Dublin man showed us this video last October. At the Collins home, watching Matt's video has become quite a pastime, as well as wondering what on earth the object is.
I believe there's actually something there that needs to be looked at.
Norris DeJean, the 33 News.
A strange spiralling white light was spotted in the early morning sky over Sydney, with even sceptical witnesses wondering if it was a UFO. The unusual sight was recorded by hundreds of people from Victoria north to Queensland.
It appeared just before 6 o'clock this morning.
That's a UFO, I'm telling you.
A spiral in the sky around a bright light.
I mean, what in the hell was it?
Malcolm Richardson saw it move from west to east, disappearing into the sunrise.
It was actually rotating and throwing off a vapour, glowing vapour, in a spiral that was getting bigger.
He was not alone. Early morning surfers, farmers, truckies grabbed their phone cameras.
More UFO sightings than ever before. Documents released under the Freedom of Information Act show there have been 231 unidentified flying objects reported to the Ministry of Defence in the first 6 months of this year. That compares to a total of 285 in the whole of last year. The sightings range from Chinese lanterns that are easily explained and dismissed to complex craft spotted by pilots, sparking investigation from the Ministry of Defence. Nick Pope is a former government UFO investigator and expert on the unexplained.
I think the reports that stand out in my mind, and these come from a number of different parts of the country, are reports of large triangular-shaped craft performing speeds and manoeuvres that seem to go significantly ahead of anything that we've got in our inventory, say in the Air Force. So some people are speculating that this is some sort of prototype aircraft or drone. That's unlikely. We know where we test these sorts of things, and we don't do them in areas where Joe Public is likely to stumble across them. The bottom line is the government is just as mystified about this as everyone else, and in fact they consistently, they don't cover up the truth about UFOs, but for many years now they've downplayed the whole issue out of embarrassment. They don't like to say there are things in our airspace and we don't know what they are. There's no smoke without fire. The 2008 figures were over double those for 2007. The 2009 figures look as if they're going to easily break the 2008 figures. So if you're plotting this out on a graph, you will see an almost exponential increase, and that, I think, means indisputably there are more strange things being seen in our skies.
Doesn't look like anything I've ever seen.
mysterious lights in the sky. Have you ever seen any?
Well, thousands of people have, and now there's a new way to report it.
Christopher Stein with a story you'll only see here on ABC 15.
Well, generally, the state is a hot spot. We have reportings from people from all over the nation showing us what they think they've seen in our Phoenix skies.
Stacy Wright is one of 8 MUFON investigators in Maricopa County. MUFON is the Mutual UFO Network, a worldwide organization that investigates sightings.
We get reports from different craft, spheres, wing-shaped discs, formations in the clouds.
Because of a significant increase in interest, the organization launched a new website where you can now submit a UFO sighting and read about ongoing investigations.
Confidentiality is a big part of this business. If people want to remain anonymous, they can surely do that.
Using a field investigator's handbook, Stacy and others have looked into 32 different sightings over the past 2 months.
It has grown phenomenally over the last 10 months.
She says MUFON members and local UFO enthusiasts include doctors, lawyers, educators, and even military members.
Well, I think that people are finding it a much more legitimate field of study than it used to be.
But MUFON's main objective is determining if the UFO claims are valid.
We are our own skeptics. You have to remain a skeptic in this field. The investigation is the very fun part of it. It's interesting, it's exciting.
Some of the more well-known cases, like the Phoenix Lights, continue to generate interest.
We have people coming out of the woodwork to come to our meetings.
With Arizona and Phoenix known nationally as a UFO hotspot, Stacy expects more to join the network.
People are seeing things everywhere, in every place. Daylight, nighttime, everywhere.
With the high number of sightings, MUFON has increased its field investigators in Arizona to 20. A year ago, there were 2. Christopher Stein, ABC 15 News.
To view the new website about UFO sightings and investigations, visit ours. It's abc15.com and click on 15 links.